Yeah, it's just going to be middle camera.
Okay, I won't bother.
All right, are we recording?
Yes.
Bye, thank you, see you tomorrow.
Oh, crap.
Hi, welcome to another great episode of Film Speak. Here I am on our set once again. Today I have author Janean Phillips coming in. She is a local Dayton author. She is published with 2 books. We're going to find out about how she got her books published, what inspired her and drove her to get her books published. And then, of course, we're going to talk about films. Today, we're going to talk about Shaun of the Dead and kind of touch on the whole Cornetto trilogy. So stay tuned. Coming right back at you with a great interview. Hi, welcome to Film Speak. I'm sitting here with local Dayton author Janean Phillips. Published, as you can see. We started with her books here. Poetry, short stories, narratives. Mm-hmm. Very nice, and also just a wonderful person in total. We've talked a few times. This is communicated back and forth a lot on the old Facebook. Yes. Mostly just me saying, "You haven't seen what? Oh my God, you gotta watch this, and then this and this."
Exactly. Exactly.
But this is great. Thank you very much for coming on Film Speak.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm very proud that you're a Dayton author, that you didn't get published and just move out of Dayton.
No.
You know,
No.
That you're local.
Mm-hmm. I am.
And what got you started on wanting to write?
Well, I've been writing all of my life. I've kept actually all of the things that I've written since grade school. And what got started, this one is actually the one with all of the poetry and narratives and short stories. And what basically started this was back in 2014. On my birthday, I was mad all day, couldn't figure out what was bothering me, and realized that I wanted to be published at 50, and here I'm now 51. And so I decided I'll just go ahead and maybe do some, start writing again. I had a novel already written, just never finished it, and wanted to edit it myself. So while I was at work, I got a divine message. That's the best way I can describe that. And it said, look for a local bookbinding company. And so I Googled that, and I found Dayton Press, which is currently closed down.
You know that this is being recorded, so you're just being busted for improper use of work time.
I'm sorry. So I contacted Dayton Press, found David Brawler, and he helped me with getting this started. So I started on my birthday in September of 2014, finished it in November, and I had my first book signing in December of that same year of this particular book.
Get the frack out of here. Yes. See, that is awesome. And that shows a great sense of confidence in your art,
right.
you know, and kind of some grit to say,
yeah.
This is what I wanted done,
yes.
and damn it, I'm going to get it done.
I did. I was able to finish probably about 40 poems in less than 30 days in this particular book.
At wit's end, I mean, is that because I noticed how you have wit spelled. So
it's a woman, and it's the first poem in the book.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. And once I was able to work with David Brawler, he started his own publishing company, Brawler Books, and that's where these are actually published through in Springboro, Ohio.
Out of Springboro, Ohio. Now, where are your books available?
They're available through brawlerbooks.com, Amazon, and Barnes & Noble.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
So you can go into Barnes & Noble, hop up on a shelf, and
order it.
Or order it.
You would order it.
No, we got to make them carry it. Okay.
Right.
Everybody's got to go to Barnes & Noble, start ordering her books. So they're like, "What the f? We just got to have these on the shelf." Am I right? That's how movements are made.
Exactly correct.
And get behind Janine
Right.
here.
And my son drew the covers. This is a woman doing a cartwheel on a bar. It's kind of metaphoric. I have not done a cartwheel on a bar, but the day is not over yet.
Yeah, yeah. You always follow up a statement like that with "yet."
Yes. And he did that for me, so my hope to continuation with 2 more books. And,
and he did the art for this one too.
He did the art for this
that
one.
is, if I may move,
Yes.
move this out of the way. Put this here. I mean, if you could see this cover, the subtlety of it, the color. I love the drawing.
Yes.
And
this is a novel.
And that's a full
This is
novel.
a full novel, and Jane goes to Europe with baggage, and she returns without her baggage.
Oh, nice metaphor.
Yes. And I took 2 trips to Europe and combined it into one story.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is pretty awesome.
yeah. So that's very proud of both of those. So
As you should be.
Yes.
Anytime, because a lot of people, it's easy to start a project.
yes,
It takes a little bit of fortitude to
Right.
see it through to the end.
exactly.
Now, I guess inspiration-wise, you draw a lot from your own personal experience.
Very much so. So a lot of the poetry and the narratives have come to me either personal experiences. There's stories in there about blind dates that I did not make up. I'm a little scary about that. I talk about my kids, I talk about my grandkids, I talk about the death of my mom, I talk about being raised Catholic and having 8 brothers and sisters. So it's all in there.
Wow.
And I haven't held anything back. So
I see, and that's good. You know, anytime you write, especially, you know, I always tell people, I sometimes hold like a screenwriting class,
right,
right? And I say, write twice.
right,
The first time you write from your heart.
Right.
You slice your veins open, you
Yes.
pour everything you have
that's
all over those
basically
pages.
what's going on in there.
And then you go through and you write with your brain.
Right.
You know?
And I discovered that my brother John is also loves to write, and he has 4 poems in the back of this book.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sibling love. You got to support your family, you know?
absolutely.
And that is awesome that you would include him in on your project. That's remarkable.
Right. Well, so about 7 years ago, I'd started my first novel. Like I said, I didn't finish it. I did send it out digitally to different publishers, and it never got picked up. And
Yeah.
that kind of sitting on the shelf there. So that's what I'm working on. 2 more. I'm working on 2 screenplays, another book, trying to finish that other novel, and working with a local filmmaker also.
Well, you know, I am. Some people can work on several projects at once.
Yeah.
I mean,
Plus, I work.
I have.
Plus, I take care of my grandkids.
I got 5 screenplays written, and I have notes for 12 other ones, 10,
Okay,
12 other
there
ones.
you go.
But I can only write on, because I'm rewriting 2 of them,
Right.
and I can only put myself in one place at once. Because when I'm writing in something, even when I'm not writing it in my head, I'm there in that world.
Right.
And it's hard for me to be in the Old West, and then suddenly be writing a film noir
Right.
in modern
Right.
Dayton or something.
Exactly.
And I can't. Some people can. Some people can juggle that.
I can.
You know? Yeah. If
I
I tried that, I'd drop my balls.
Right. Okay. So my hope is one of the screenplays I'd like to kind of focus and get to Quentin Tarantino. So It's got enough F-bombs and lots of
The only
gore.
issue with that is he has said he's only doing 10 films.
Okay, we'll see.
But he is his plan from the last interview I read with him. He's only doing 10 films.
Okay.
Because he feels a lot of directors stay past
Right.
their expiration date.
Right. Well, once he reads my screenplay, I'm sure
He
he'll
wants to
change
do
his mind.
he wants to do TV
Oh,
narratives next.
okay. All right.
So that
could-
does open up a possibility.
Exactly. Exactly.
See, I don't want Quentin Tarantino to do one of my movies. I just want him to produce it.
Okay. Okay.
Give me what I want, you know,
Maybe I'll change my mind on
and
that
I will
then.
make your movie for you, you know. Because
Exactly.
Pulp Fiction was the reason that I got started in filmmaking, really.
Yeah. So you got to read one of my poems in here.
I did. Lovely flow of writing. You're not obvious. Great context and subtext that lies beneath the layers and stuff.
Yeah. There's some 2 poems in there that men have purchased the book, and they've actually told me they actually cried. So I guess I did my job. So.
That is nice. You made me feel stuff.
And then the word that I usually, or the phrase I get would be, this is easy for a lot of women to identify with, especially
Nice.
with being my age and some of the stuff that I've gone through.
And that comes from your open honesty
Yes.
about the things that you've been through, because that's what people can touch on and relate to.
Exactly.
It's when you try to write about things that you really don't know.
Right.
That could be easier for a writer with lots of experience.
Right,
You know?
right.
But I think a lot of times the best work, and even when you're writing something you don't know, if you pepper it with truth and true incidences
Right.
and people who were real to you,
Yes.
that translates to being real for the reader.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. A lot of people can identify with it. So they've been through the same kind of thing. So. Yeah.
So that was great. Okay, one last time.
Sure.
Right? Tell everybody, Amazon,
Amazon, and also you can order it through Barnes & Noble
Barnes & Noble,
and BrawlerBooks.com.
Brawler Books. Now that,
BRAUGHLER.
okay,
BrawlerBooks.com.
Brawler Books.
Through David Brawler.
so David Brawler. So you got that? Okay? Get on some f***ing reading. All right? Don't make us come after you. I'm telling you.
I would appreciate the support, and I love the fact that I've always been very supportive. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, absolutely. Stick around, because we're going to talk about, I know it's a favorite movie for Janine. It is she's going to hate me after this because of how much I love this movie and how many times I've seen it. So we're going to be talking about Shaun of the Dead.
I'll gain some knowledge. So
Gain some knowledge. We're going to talk about Shaun of the Dead and touch on all the Cornetto trilogy. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, welcome back to Film Speak. I'm sitting here with author Janean Phillips, and we are going to be talking about Shaun of the Dead. Oh, Jesus. I have to tell you, this is my first time I saw Shaun of the Dead story.
Okay.
Okay, I was going through, I had seen the critic on CNN talking about it.
Okay.
Saying it caught him by surprise, completely brilliant movie, one of the best written things, and I was like, I gotta see this movie. 3 weeks after that,
Right.
I'm at this really kind of bad, sorted kind of party,
Right.
you know, where you got 30 to 40 adults acting like they're all 16. I mean, people were, you know, running around half naked, everywhere, you know, and I got a great buzz on, and
I didn't get invited.
and what this guy had done was bootleg
Okay.
crap-loaded DVDs.
Oh, all right.
Right? And he was just throwing them into his big screen TV one after another.
Yeah.
So I'm walking through the living room and I look, and Shaun of the Dead had just started. And I was like, so for the hour and 40 minutes I sat there watching it, this was me at the party. Hey, look, Shaun of the Dead's on, this is the best movie ever. Hey, check it out, watch Shaun of the Dead. This is yeah, and I ignored the rest of the party. I was
Right.
in that film.
Yeah.
It goes to show you where my priorities are.
I can't remember exactly when I first saw it, but I know I was by myself, and I decided to watch it early because I thought, you know, it'd be gory, you know, zombie film, midnight. No, I wouldn't be able to handle that and go to sleep. So it's nothing really like that.
Yeah, it does have some gory scenes.
Yes, it does. It does.
On one level, so well written. So few movies capture what proper foreshadowing is.
Yeah.
In the first 20 to 30 minutes of that movie,
Right.
they basically show you everything that's going to happen for the rest of the film.
Right.
Perfect
Exactly.
foreshadowing.
Right.
And then you take that layer and you peel it back,
Yeah.
and there's a layer of homage.
Yeah.
Almost every scene is an homage to a genre film.
Yes.
From when he's working at the rental store,
Right.
the electronics store.
Yes.
You know, and Ash won't be in today.
Yes.
You know, that's a reference to Evil Dead, the Evil Dead series. The newscasters talking about people thinking it's escaped monkeys that did it. That's a reference to 28 Days Later.
Okay.
Um,
And they're all the newscasters were all real.
Yeah.
All real newscasters.
all real newscasters.
And that scene when they're in the Winchester, he and Nick Frost, and he says, well, first we'll come here and have a Bloody Mary. And that's one of the first people that they get in the backyard.
Yeah.
Mary.
Mary, Bloody Mary.
So, yes. So that was genius. I'm in love with Simon Pegg.
I am too, so don't feel bad.
I wonder if his wife would mind.
Though the only person I'll go gay for is Kurt Russell. You gotta have your standards. You know?
Okay.
I would marry Simon Pegg, but it would be one of those sexless relationships that I would only be with him for his talent. But Kurt Russell, he's Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah, butter me up. I'd be ready to go.
Okay.
Anyways, back to Shaun of the Dead. Like one of my favorite moments is when he's talking to the phone with his mom.
Yes.
You know, and he's all like, "No, Mom, no, stay away from Philip. No, don't go outside. No, don't call the police." And then Ed grabs the phone and goes, "We're coming to get you, Barbara," which is Night of the Living Dead, the opening of the movie.
Okay.
We're coming to get you, Barbara. You know, just the way that they played that.
Right.
The scene where the dickhead gets ripped in half.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Is an almost shot reproduction of the death scene of the dickhead in George Romero's Day of the Dead,
Okay.
of him being ripped in half. I watch.
Apparently, a lot of these I haven't seen. So.
Yeah.
But I'm aware they do have references to other things. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to have to kill my stepdad.
Look what all I missed.
That's what he said. Yeah. And we talked about earlier about Bill Nighy and
Yeah.
just all the great actors in it. So.
Oh, and him as a stepdad, and
Yeah.
the relationship that they have between the two,
Right,
and
right.
everything, and that they have closure before the end, because
Right,
you know he's
exactly.
dying is all like, "It's
Exactly.
not easy being a father."
Exactly. I like the scene where they're, okay, we'll go and get in the car, we'll go to Mom's, we'll rescue her, and then we'll come back and we'll get the girlfriend. Yeah, so then they replay that over and over, and then they just add another thing.
Yeah,
so.
they keep switching around. Where's safe?
That's right.
Where's
Safe.
familiar? And they
That's
both
right.
look at each other.
And where can I have a smoke?
And where can I smoke?
And the Winchester. Exactly.
The whole dogs can't look up thing.
That's right.
You know? Yeah, it is a near perfect movie.
Yes.
And then along with that, the other two films in the Cornetto trilogy. If you've never seen Hot Fuzz, and At the World's End,
Yes.
Where Shaun of the Dead is basically take every cliche for the zombie genre films,
Right.
and every cliche, and
Right.
just pour it like you're just dumping it.
Yeah.
And then that's Shaun of the Dead. For Hot Fuzz, it's the super cop, buddy cop films.
Yes.
And then for The World's End, it's the 50s era communist influenced sci-fi films. You know, Invasions of the Body Snatcher, The
Right.
Thing.
Yes.
Yeah, just
And the different things that it's the ice cream, I guess, that they're eating, the different red, blue, and green.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why it's the three flavors
That's
of
right.
Cornetto.
That's right.
And my life cannot be complete. I will not die until I get to England, because you can't have them frickin' sended here.
That's right.
You have to go to England
To go and get it.
to get a Cornetto.
Well, let's go.
But they're made by Good Humor
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Company. Okay? I want my damn Cornettos.
Well, I'm willing to go to England for it. So.
I'm willing to go for there.
And maybe I'll see Simon Pegg at the same time.
Another great English treat that I got from Simon Pegg.
Yes.
And you can get these at Myers.
Okay.
You know their little international section, and they have a
Yes.
they have a little limey section
Yes.
right there. Jaffa cakes.
Oh, okay.
I fell in love with those because of the TV show Spaced,
Okay.
which came before Shaun of the Dead. It's like
Right.
the parents
Right.
of the Cornetto
Which I told you I
trilogy.
haven't seen, but I will go ahead and get on it.
There's
YouTube?
there's an episode where him and the other main character are stoned,
Okay.
and he reaches into his jacket pocket and he's like, "I got Jaffa cakes," right? And they all freak out. And then one day I saw him at the store, and I was like, it's a spongy biscuit,
Okay.
which biscuit is English for cookie.
Okay.
So it's a spongy biscuit filled with like an orange marmalade covered in chocolate.
Oh, sounds delightful.
That is Jaffa
We should have had
cakes.
some right here.
I should have had some. Should have had that and some Cornettos.
Exactly. And you talked about earlier, you know, how all of the different actors are all in the same thing from
Yeah.
Spaced. And
Martin Freeman's in all three movies. The landlord from Spaced is in all three films. The guy who's the bully in Space. Yeah, Simon Pegg, it's almost like he's like, let me take all my friends, all the people I like to work with the most,
Right.
and put them in a flick together.
Sounds great.
An interview I saw with him when he was making Hot Fuzz, he was like, I just did this scene where I'm chasing Timothy Dalton, and he's hanging out the car shooting at me, and I'm shooting at him, and it just hit me. I'm fighting James Bond.
That's right.
Okay, the worst James Bond,
That's
but still James Bond.
Yes.
Well, you know, when I was a teenager, I held it against Timothy Dalton because I was like, those are the worst fucking James Bond movies ever made, and I blamed him.
Yes.
Right. And then as I grew up, and the more I studied film and learning about film, I
Right.
realized Timothy Dalton should have been a perfect James Bond.
Right.
It's the directors, producers, and writers who dropped the ball.
That messed it up. Okay.
Like that Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it.
Don't. It's not worth it. You want to watch something Daredevil? Watch the Daredevil series on Netflix.
Okay.
That's genius.
Okay.
The Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck is a disaster. Just
Okay.
horrible.
What makes it bad?
Well, okay, for me, there's two levels of badness. One is, again, you had the people who should have been right for the part.
Right.
Um,
And he wasn't right for the part.
well, Ben Affleck should have been right for the part.
Okay.
He's a decent actor.
Okay.
You know, and he looks the part.
Okay.
Jennifer Gardner, good actress.
Yeah.
She looks the part.
Right.
The failing was in the producers, the directors, and the writers.
Right.
Not to get dorky, but when I was a kid, Frank Miller's story arc from Daredevil issues 178 to 184 were some of the best writing. I don't care if comic books, novels,
Right.
some of the best writing ever.
Okay.
Right? You had the perfect roadmap. You had to work hard to f that up. Which they did.
Apparently they did. Now, you did say that Shaun of the Dead is a near perfect movie. What would make it perfect?
What would make it perfect? I don't know. Perfection is because a perfect movie, to me. Princess Bride.
I love that movie.
That is a perfect movie.
Yes, it is.
Casablanca.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect movie.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, I mean, all three of the Cornettos, I've watched them. I've watched Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz in excess of 60, 70 times.
Yeah.
And I'm catching up with World's End. I'm only maybe 40 to
Right.
50 times.
I mean, Hot Fuzz isn't Simon Pegg's character's girlfriend named Janine. Yes. You know, the scene where they're actually doing some cleaning up. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Now, do you
Janine.
know who that is?
No, I
who
don't.
Janine is?
No.
That's Kate Blanchett.
Oh, okay.
She's not even credited
Oh, I didn't
in
know
the
that.
in the credits.
I did
But
not know that.
you can recognize
That's right,
her
from the mask.
by those eyes.
Okay. I did not know that.
She came in for just one day, just
Yeah.
because I guess she contacted him, was a fan of Shaun of the Dead, and was like, I just
Yeah.
want to be in your film. Okay, and Hot Fuzz.
That's right.
Right? Father Christmas,
Okay.
who stabs Nick
Yeah.
Angel through the hand.
Yes.
That's Peter Jackson,
Okay.
director of the Lord of the Rings films.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So I told you I was going to learn something today.
I am a dork. I spend way too much time
Yeah.
watching films. You know what I'm going to do today when I get out of here talking about films all day? I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch films. I'm going to be Hunter S. Thompson tonight.
Okay.
That's I'm going to be yeah.
I'll probably watch. I told you I started Old School. Probably finish that one.
It's okay. It's a good comedy.
Yeah.
You know, it's really the movie that broke Will Ferrell out.
Mm-hmm. Which I think he's funny.
My favorite movie role of his, one of my favorite, was his first like real movie role, which
Okay.
was Superstar.
Okay. I have not seen it.
It's actually really funny.
I'll have to.
Will Ferrell plays my favorite version of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Okay.
In that film.
Okay. I didn't know that.
To me, just nails it. They're playing like he appears, and they're playing Spirit in the Sky.
Yes,
Right.
okay.
And he's all like, "This song's about me."
That's
Did you get that?
I did not know that. That is too funny. Well, I think with Shaun of the Dead, what I like about it is just the idea of zombies or whatever, and I think it's something that might realistically happen, but no. Just kidding.
It could possibly, you know. I've told my kids since they were old enough to understand me.
Yeah.
There is nothing in this world that's impossible.
That's right. Exactly.
Only improbable.
Improbable. There
Yeah.
you go.
But
There you
never
go.
impossible.
Yeah.
Anything could
I'm
happen.
proof that nothing's impossible.
Nothing
I
isn't-
became
yeah.
a published author.
You became a published author.
Yeah.
Kicking ass,
That's
taking
right.
names.
Hopefully so.
She is here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and she's all out of bubble gum.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
It's a movie. You know, people who are around me a lot catch on that most of the stuff that comes out of my mouth is from a film.
Okay.
Probably half the things I say in a day
All right.
are actually movie quotes I'm saying to see if anybody notices.
No, yeah, yes, exactly.
Because I'm just that big of a lonely dork.
Well, I'll be continuing writing. I probably won't use movie quotes, but I'll continue writing my third book, another novel, a couple of screenplays, and
And keep watching Simon Pegg movies.
yes.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End. These are just great genre films.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen them, they are good to turn your mind off and just laugh.
Right.
If you feel like thinking, they are written with many layers and depths to the characters and the plots.
Some have gore, so watch them early in the day.
There's some little gore here and there.
Yes.
I've got blood on my hands. That's more like ink. I've
That's
got
right.
ink on my hands.
You've got red on you. That's right.
Yeah. After Shaun of the Dead came out, I dressed as Shaun of the Dead for Halloween.
Oh, nice.
Which was just a white shirt. I made up a fake name
That's-
badge. I couldn't get a cricket bat, though.
Okay.
So I had to take a baseball bat and put blood all over it.
Okay.
But it got the point across.
Exactly.
I even cut my hair short and
Yeah.
tried to make it look like I had more of a
Right.
receding
Did you
hairline
get
than I already have.
recognized right
Oh,
away?
yeah. Some people are like, ah, that's awesome.
Very good.
Well, thank you very much for being on my show.
Thank you very much for having me.
This is coming from both of us, okay? A established dork and a published author. That if you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, it's watch them back to back.
That's
Have a
right.
marathon. That's the way they were meant to be watched.
Exactly.
And after you get done, you might just be a film dork too.
Right. Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Lovely
you. very
having you
much.
on.
Thank you.
You guys have a great night. Stay tuned for some goodbyes. Wasn't that fantastic? What a delightful person. I mean, not only is she just a great local author, she's just a great person to talk to. Had absolute fun having Janine on, making her laugh. I think I might have freaked her out a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe she'll come on again, that's how we'll know. But thank you for watching Film Speak. Support local independent authors, filmmakers, musicians. Get out here in the Dayton area because there's a lot of great things coming on. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Film Speak.